Got you stuck off the realness, realness. Got you stuck off the realness, realness.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We are back.
we're back.
We're live.
It's Friday.
It's week 6, the end of week 6, episode 30. It's here.
Yeah.
It's here.
How you feeling?
I feel good, man, but I feel even better knowing what it'll be at this time next week, man. Anybody want to guess what it'll be at this exact time next week?
Hopefully
Quite
not.
possibly.
Hopefully not.
Who knows?
I don't want to deal
But
with that
what
again.
will it be that is super important to Bud next Friday at this exact time?
Who knows, Bud? Can I say it?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say it's baseball season.
It's baseball season.
Look at the smile on his face.
Opening day is now less than a week away, and I can't wait. I can't wait.
What is it about baseball that you love so much?
It's first there's no time limit. There's no, it's 9 innings. No matter how long those 9 innings or 8.5 take, depending, on who's the home team. If the home team's up going into the top of the ninth, it's 9 innings. It's untimed, and I mean you have to do so much, man. No one player can lead the team to greatness. It has to be a team effort.
Tell that to Jeter.
Jeter didn't lead the Yankees to greatness. Jeter was part of that greatness, and Jeter will be the first one to tell you that. And you know what that is? That's someone who doesn't know baseball talking right there.
You're right. I don't know much about baseball.
I appreciate you throwing that in there, man. But don't,
I would never go into a baseball
Derek
argument
Jeter
with
is
you.
one of the few Yankees that I do respect. Him and Mo.
That's why I brought him up. I would never bring up somebody like A-Rod to you.
A-Rod, I used to respect it. I respected A-Rod until the 2004 ALCS Game 6 when he slapped the ball out of I can't remember whose glove it was when he was running down the line when the riot cops had to come on the field.
Yeah, we can't even play MLB clips without getting
No,
flagged.
not without getting flagged. No,
We're not gonna
we
do
need
that.
the express written permission of Major League Baseball and its associates
As they say in every broadcast.
at the end of every broadcast. How do you get the express written permission of like Major League Baseball or the NBA or the NFL? Like how do you
I think it's just a myth. I think they just put that out there, but it's really things that are discussed on a golf course.
I don't know, man. You have to.
That's stuff in the press box. That's
'cause,
rich guy stuff.
But even like when they air it, if you ever realize like if on like PTI or Around the Horn or even like ESPN when they air it, like it'll usually say courtesy of whatever station I guess it aired
It would
on
have to be a
locally,
big box
and-
brand like ESPN to have a licensing deal with them.
No, but even like Fox, like everywhere that airs it, like if you ever see it, like even on like the regular news, whenever they show it, it's like courtesy of whoever slash, the affiliate they aired on locally, and then whoever
So
they
is,
are
is this
nationally.
weekend homework? Is this what we're gonna have to come in on Monday and discuss?
I don't know. I ain't say that.
Because if we can get some licensing from the MLB, we can actually play the clips of shit that you talk about.
I would love to, man, but I don't know how that goes, man. It's like the express written permission. So do you have to like write a letter asking for permission? Because it says
I think you just got to know somebody
it
that
says
knows
the
somebody.
express like it says this telecast cannot be reproduced or redistributed without the express written permission of either the National Football League, National Basketball Association, Major League Baseball, Women's National Basketball, whatever it is.
You need your own kind of Jerry Maguire kind of guy in the industry.
I don't know. I
you
think
need the
so.
guy
I
that's
don't know.
rubbing elbows with these people.
But I mean, but then you have like regular like shivvies that like stuff like this that is allowed. So you just have to figure. It's something we have to figure out. Like I don't think it's much. I think maybe a small fee depending on the size of your reach. Maybe I don't know. But we have to look into that because it does say
Depends on syndication too. They're not gonna just give up clips to some bozos on YouTube.
I mean,
It's gonna have to be guaranteed viewers.
I don't know if that's the way that works, man.
I think so.
'Cause
Well, I mean, we're gonna
already-
find out over the weekend, but shit.
Because I mean,
I
the
think
little
that's how it
ESPN
works.
and these other networks can't guarantee you a certain number of viewers. I don't think they charge them if they don't get those viewers. And I don't think they
So
like
we
give
have-
them
we have
clips
homework now.
based on.
See, I
Right.
wish it was like in during the Bud and Roach show when we was doing on OBS. We used to have the chat right in the middle of the broadcast. We need to set up a chat room so people can actually answer these questions.
Yeah, there's got to be someone out there who knows the answer to this.
Because people write on the Facebook, but we don't really monitor the Facebook.
Yeah, we don't. I saw your man Dave Pitt was
Dave
dropping.
Pitt was calling us out on
Dave
on
Pitt was
Facebook,
calling us out on Facebook. Don't worry, Dave Pitt.
talking about my frail build.
I hope that Finnegan delivered my message to you, or maybe you saw it on air that day because you were watching. So
Just know I'm doing push-ups and I'm getting my cardio up.
yeah, man.
So ain't nobody gonna fucking posterize me.
Hey man, I don't think any of us are at an age to even think to even try to dunk the ball anymore. So I think
There was a
good
clip on
there.
World Star of somebody. It was somebody's dad playing with a bunch of kids on a 6-foot rim, and all he was doing was posterizing the kids.
That's messed up, man.
Like he was jacked on fucking Monster Juice.
That is cold-blooded,
Energy
man.
drink shit.
That is cold-blooded, man. But you know, before we go even really too much further, man, I want to talk about the article I sent you this morning, man.
The addiction of Facebook.
Admitted by one of the co-founders, Sean Parker, founder of Napster, and one of the co-founders and early members of the early, iteration of Facebook. And if you saw the social network, the guy that Justin Timberlake played, that was for you. That was for you.
JT reference.
But
I don't mind that.
he came out, and apparently this is an old thing. He said this last year, and it's just now the report and clips are surfacing of him speaking at some sort of conference and saying that Facebook was designed to be the addictive time consumer that it is, just to draw people online and just get them trapped. And he said the
That
comments
dopamine.
and the likes were devised to be sort of like a electronic virtual dopamine for people. And even the study, even when we were doing Bud and Roach, man, the study that came out where they say people who just are obsessed with taking selfies, it's almost bordering on a mental disorder. And you see it, what technology has done in this age, man. It's crazy.
I've been analyzing myself lately as to how many times I grab my phone and check Facebook. It's gotten to the point that I'll go on the internet and want to go on another website and my fingers would type Facebook. Has that happened to you?
No.
Like
I don't type
it's
Facebook.
automatic.
I use the app. I don't. I barely sit on the computer. Everything I do is on my phone. I do a lot of reading. I like going on Facebook. If I see there's breaking news, I want to see reactions to it. I want to see if there's any articles floating around, and I like seeing even a lot of the lists that come up on Facebook. That might be the one thing on Facebook that gets me, man. A lot of these sponsored lists, man. Theories about some of the shows I watch. I'm not gonna lie, I've read tons of Rick and Morty lists. Tons of Bob's Burgers lists. I've read tons of Harry Potter lists.
There's lists for everything.
And the
out
new
there.
thing, man, and this is how I know.
Watch
And
a
this
lot
is
of wrestling.
a lot of
lists.
people talk about it. I shared a friend's status on this yesterday, man. He said he's never put his address into Facebook,
I saw that.
and that he's moved, but it currently had his new information. Something he clicked on, he was gonna buy, but had his new address information already. He's never put it into anything on Facebook. So that's got to be kind of
But that's kind of like the effect that when you leave your phone around and you say something around your phone or your computer or something, you'll be like, oh, I'm thinking about lightning. And then you'll go on Facebook and then there's fucking ads for lightning shit. I'm
rods
like, what the fuck?
hey, see, look at these pictures of scary lightning
They
strikes.
always listen.
It's crazy, but here's the thing. Have you ever heard of this Whisper app thing? This thing called
Whisper app?
Whisper. It's called Whisper. It's where I guess it's for people. It's an anonymous confession. You just
Oh, I did
type
hear
the
about that.
deepest, darkest, craziest shit anonymously, and people upvote it, downvote it. But because I clicked a couple of those and read them, now there's just now that's what I'm going to the Bob's Burgers list, all this other. Now it's just Whisper, 15 Whisper confessions from women who cheated on their husbands, 15 Whisper confessions from mistresses who got the upper hand. It's ridiculous. And it's
You don't need an app for that. Just go on Craigslist. They post about that shit all the time.
That's it's crazy, man. But I'm wow, man. But the fact that back to the original point, this is one of the co-founders saying this, and a lot of people are saying now with this, with the fact that he's having this second problem. He had the problem where they're saying the Russians, I want to say allegedly still because it's not completely proven, almost about completely proven, but not all the way proven yet, that the Russians meddled in the 2016 presidential election, and a lot of it was done through Facebook. And a lot of people were like, this, how are there no safeguards to stop the filtering of clearly false information, disinformation, and everything that aided and abetted what happened?
There was videos on World
And
Star that got
he,
posted yesterday where
aided and
the
abetted.
security people started dropping out from Facebook. All the security companies that they were hiring, they're starting to retract their contracts and all that shit.
Because,
And he issued an apology.
They're tied up in some big shit, man. This is, like I said, he could clearly, there's a very realistic chance he could be called before Congress. And with the money he has, it's something we need to watch because his lawyers have the possibility to beat it back. But it all ties in. And a lot of people are saying this could very well be the end of Facebook because, I mean, whether he knowingly did it or not, it was allowed on his platform. And
they have stocks and everything too, so it's gonna be
stock and
a
everything.
effect.
But look at how much stock he sold off, man. That was crazy. I didn't even know about that. I thought
His net worth dropped $5 billion.
$5 billion, and he sold off that big chunk of stock. And
I would like to reach the point in my life where my net worth drops. I don't even have a net worth. My net worth is
we
zero
both have
right
a net
now.
worth.
My
I'm
net
pretty
worth is
sure
zero,
it
bro.
was quantified to a dollar amount. We'd
My
be in the
shit
negative.
My shit is negative right now. But today's last day of the week.
Last day of the week, Friday.
We have in-studio guests.
Yes.
Usher Morgan. He's the director and creator of the indie film Pickings. And we're going to be joined with him momentarily. And, of course, Katie Vincent, who wrote the soundtrack and is going to be releasing a music video soon. Yeah. Is it the way it goes?
And you're also in the film. You started a film, too. So.
All right, so we're going to take a quick look at this trailer. And we'll be back with more Good Morning Bushwick.
Pain. It runs through my veins. It has poisoned my blood. And I've got the scars to show it.
I got a job for you. It's a bar. A small, family-owned joint. I sent Momo and Jimmy down here to shake them down. Show them how we do things around our neck of the woods. They're gone. Sammy boy, I'm gonna need you to take care of this problem for me. I want you to go down there and see what you can find out for me. Do a little snooping around. I want to know who these people are. I want to know who they're working for. And I want to know where to come my boys. Most importantly, I want that bar, Sammy.
Are you scared? Are you frightened?
Shit, man.
I think we need one of these right now. Can we get a live hand clap? Live hand clap.
Shit,
God
man.
damn.
So, damn, what did you get from that, man?
I just want a shot of them right now.
I'm just glad. First, I just want to thank you for not having one of those trailers that gave away the whole the whole movie, man. A lot of people just give away too much in that 95 to 120 seconds. They give away the entire plot line, and that just left me wondering the fuck's going on.
I was actually criticized for not showing more.
What do you mean not showing more?
Who's doing the criticism?
That showed plenty
Rotten
enough
Tomatoes
to want to make you want to watch it.
Yeah, people on YouTube was like, "No, you need to tell us what the movie's about." I couldn't really get it from this trailer, and that's the point of a trailer.
That's the point of a trailer, to bring you in. Like, it's not supposed to tell you, hey, this happens, this happens. Clearly, he makes it at least this far after it happens. So I mean, maybe he's gonna live to the end, I guess, right? Got that much from the trailer? I mean, nah.
don't even answer the question, because you're giving out spoilers already, bro.
No, I'm not giving out spoilers. I'm just saying,
You can't inquire about a spoiler.
No, I'm just saying that's the way people are. That's the way trailers. That's the way trailers go. Like, all right, let's look at San Andreas, right? The Rock.
With
when
The
he did
Rock?
San Andreas, yeah. Let's look at those trailers when they were out. They showed, everything happening, so you knew through that first hour and a half, he was alright. Like there wasn't no real suspense because you
can
had
see him at the
insane
end of the
parts
movie.
that come later in the film, closer to the end, and you're still waiting. Like, all right, so that hasn't happened yet. So he's at least good through here. Like there's films like that that give you parts that are at the end of the movie. Like, and you're waiting. Like this still hasn't happened yet. So they all good because they in that scene.
I guess my first question is for Usher Morgan. You know, we ran a film festival. We did it for about 4 years, and I can't even tell you how many independent films we had to watch. It's the first time I seen like a trailer like that. I don't think it had a Hollywood budget. Did it have a Hollywood budget?
Had a very, very small budget.
And that was like Sin City quality. That I almost saw Bruce Willis walking in the back. So how do you achieve that?
I mean, that was really the selling point of this film, is we were trying to do something that was bigger than the sum of its parts. And for us, most of the budget was spent on cinematography and really getting like high quality cameras and good set design. Unfortunately for us, we didn't have to spend a lot of money on set design because we picked sets that were pretty,
Already in tune.
Yeah. So most of the budget really went to cinematography and really getting the camera works and everything like that. Just really, that was most of the budget.
And how did Katie get involved with the project?
Well, we did a little short film called Prego. Katie, you want to take this on?
I'd love to. Yeah, so a few years prior, we did a short film together, and it became a bit of a surprise success, and it went kind of pseudo-viral and everything, and it was obviously like a very good working relationship. So he was working on a feature script. I started looking at it, kind of giving him notes on drafts, and one thing led to another, and here we are. So.
And this is not a short this time. It's a feature film.
Feature, yeah. It was in theaters for a while. It's actually still playing in Brooklyn.
Yeah, the crime noir cinema in
It's
Greenpoint.
the film noir cinema in
Film noir,
Greenpoint.
not
So
crime.
We have to take a
Crime
trip to
noir.
Greenpoint.
That's I figured they'd be playing a lot of crime noir films though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a deal through AMC Independent, so we were running through AMC for a while, and it was in Times Square, and I think we opened in like 6 cities, and then it went on to independent theaters.
You definitely have that director swag.
Yeah, man. I was sitting here looking in the monitor, man. Like this guy's sitting there, like that's the director. That's the director feel right there, man.
That's not
It's
by
a
accident.
facade.
Yeah.
So, you also created the soundtrack.
I did, yeah.
So was this something that you did after you saw what the vision for the film was, or were these like pre-selected songs?
I definitely. What had happened there was my character ended up. We sort of wrote her as being this songstress of the family. So we were talking together, and I was like, well, how about I write a song for the character, and we can perform it in the context of the film. Did that, and then it was like, well, let's do another song. Well, let's do another, and so on and so forth. So, and I ultimately came on as music supervisor because I was just contributing so much to the soundtrack. So I don't know. I feel like we were so comfortable working together that it was very much, hey, want to try this out and see if it sticks.
So can I ask you, the music that we heard in the trailer, was that you? Did you do that for the trailer
No.
too? No.
No, that was trailer music.
That's just
just-
generic trailer music.
We call that royalty free.
Royalty free.
You gotta owe
Exactly.
But I mean, one of the things we were discussing before we went on air is how soundtracks are overlooked a lot of times in movies, and there are a lot of great like film soundtracks to this day, man. And it's something that can make or break a movie, even just a simple score that can make or break the film. And
We
I
got
think
the
people, how you guys doing this
studio
morning?
audience now.
How you
We got a
guys
live
doing?
studio audience here.
Yeah, well, we got lucky because both Katie and I, we love soundtracks in general. So when we got to make this film, being involved in the creation of the soundtrack is a treat, really. And that's why this film has such a good soundtrack, I think, because the people who made it really appreciate a good soundtrack.
I just think it can so make or break a film. Like it establishes the world and the mood of it aggressively, and even if it's the song is the slightest bit off for a scene, it takes you out of it.
Yeah.
So
It's like the movie Black Panther. They're saying that's like Kendrick Lamar's unofficial album.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that's
He
like
scored
an
the
official
entire
album,
thing.
but I mean, it's kind of like Even look at, I mean, that's like a great soundtrack in recent memory, man. But you think like what's a great film soundtrack you guys can think you've ever heard?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction's good.
Dead Presidents.
I was gonna say Get Rich or Die Trying, but that's just
Fight
me
Club.
being 50.
Fight Club.
Yep.
Dead Presidents. For me, Dead Presidents. Another one, American Gangster. And see, American Gangster's actual film soundtrack, and then American Gangster, the concept album by
yeah.
Jay-Z. Both.
Yeah,
Because
you're
they're
just a
both
Jigga
together.
fan, though.
Nah, they
Even,
both tie in, but the actual like soundtrack for the film, the one that had the Anthony Hamilton on it, the Can You Feel It? Like that was
Anthony Hamilton, that was a good track.
yeah.
That track actually made a big difference in that movie, and it goes to the importance of how important music is. Because you look at movies like Fight Club, as much as I love the movie in its entirety for the concept, the actors, and everything, you gotta pay attention to the shit that you hear in the back, even when it's playing low, because the music sets the mood for everything.
That end scene where like they're holding hands and they're watching the buildings. Where is my man? Yep. You're like, and then you hear it on the radio, and
He knows,
instantly
yeah.
your head goes to that
You
scene.
go
He
back.
knows my favorite scene from that movie, man. It's when he finally has to break and realizes he's Tyler Durden. When he takes the glasses.
I can't listen to Unforgettable without seeing that scene from Watchmen when he throws him across the room.
Watchmen, that's one. I love that movie so much. There's so many.
That's what a good
we
soundtrack
could
does.
talk
It
about
burns an
movies
image
all
in your
day.
head.
It's what brings you back. It's like I can't hear Dropkick Murphys. I'm shipping up to Boston and not think of and not think of The Departed.
Yep,
And it's
instantly.
funny. St. Patty's Day, my brother he put a post on Instagram of he's on his way to work and where he's working is next in the middle of Midtown's bars over there, a couple of big bars where this is going on. So he put a picture of, he's like, just getting in today's mood, and that's the picture of what he's listening to. And I sent him a message of what Jack Nicholson says in the scene when he calls him while the car's playing after they already killed Martin Short. He's like, get rid of the fucking tail! Like, I actually just texted that to my brother. He just sent me a bunch of laughing emojis because he knew. Like, out of random times, like, I'll just send him stupid stuff related to that movie.
So obviously somebody that isn't walking here with the scarf and the glasses and doesn't have years of experience. So how long have you been doing this? Because
This is my first feature film.
No way.
Before that, we did a little short that got a lot of attention called Prego. And it did the festival circuit, and it won a bunch of awards. It's got about 1 million views online. And how do you go, what kind of movie do you make after that? So when you have a first little project that does well, the next logical question is, are you going to turn this short film into a feature? And that's what everybody wanted to see, was a feature version of Prego. Prego is like a 30 rockish, ridiculous kind of a movie. I don't think it can sustain a feature. So we went the exact opposite, and we made like a kick-ass neo-noir spaghetti western, just crime film that's unlike anything that anybody did with this kind of budget. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty proud of it.
Visually, that it looks insane.
I was gonna say it felt like a western meets like a crime mob movie.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it felt like, so I want to watch it.
Shit felt like Westworld with crayons.
There you go. Oh, I like that.
That's a
That's
good
the
one.
new angle.
Yeah, that's exactly
Westworld with crayons.
Westworld with
Watch
crayons.
it.
Picture
HBO is
this.
gonna sue me for that one.
I definitely that's another one of those shows I'm not up on, man. I'm sorry.
I gotta get up on it. And
I
how
don't know,
about you?
man.
How long have you been playing music?
Music. I've been doing well. I've always sang, and songwriting, but I started doing guitar about 5 years ago. So then I put the two together. Go figure. But I was acting before that. I come mainly from an acting
So
background.
it was just everything just happened at the right time.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
It really was.
It just seems like that's the way it goes, man. Sometimes you
trust the
play
universe.
music, you gotta act. And if you act, sometimes you gotta play music, and they just sort of fuse together. And
Totally. And I think they feed into each other easily.
Art.
Especially like when
Art's art.
Yeah, art is art.
hate to take a James Franco statement, man, but everything is art.
Franco. We have a tradition on this show that we do with guests. We order drinks. So what would you like to drink?
I'll let you go first.
Thank you. Green tea would be cool.
We got green tea here, Danny?
Is this still
Ooh.
I said maca. It's matcha.
You got it. No, he
you got
messed
it right
up.
today.
Maddie, Danny messed up. He said maca too. Danny said maca instead of
It's
matcha.
matcha tea.
Matcha would be great.
It's matcha tea.
I think it's too early for a screwdriver, so I'm just gonna have
Listen.
another cup of coffee, I guess.
Listen, B-roll clock is whenever you want it to be.
Told you so.
It's 5 o'clock
I was
somewhere.
telling him that earlier before we went on there. There's a no judgment zone here.
No
You
judgment
start
zone.
B-roll clock when you say.
Safe
But he
place.
wants another coffee. We'll save the screwdrivers for after the show.
Awesome.
I think I'm gonna go. Can I go mocha today? Mocha, you got it. Yes,
I'll
sir.
take a mocha too. Yeah, just make it easy on you.
a refill for me.
And a maca.
Maca.
Maca tea.
I'm not the only one who's done it now.
That-
I'll have a mocha, please.
Another mocha.
That's 4 mochas. That's mocha times 4. Quad mocha. Mocha quad.
Mocha quad.
I can't imagine with the people at home that be watching the show just be like, yo, they really stop the show in the middle and just start placing orders.
Start placing
And
orders.
we do
like-
this every show.
We
We
Like,
should have like food too, like start eating croissants in the middle of
We're
it.
gonna.
oh, now he has them tamales.
Daniel's
Really?
tamales, but pretty soon we're gonna. We were talking about some little cooking segment here, eventually.
Yeah, we need to do something.
I like to
that.
cook, man. I'm a pretty good chef. I wouldn't say chef because I haven't earned that title, but I'm a fantastic cook. Everyone who's
That's something I like about you, is that you never give yourself a title. You always say you gotta earn it. When you was doing stand-up comedy, you would say you a comic. You was like, no, I gotta earn that.
Because
I
you
just
do. You don't
stand-up.
just step into a kitchen at a 5-star restaurant and become a chef. You're not. You earn that title to be a chef, to be even the lowest chef, to be the prep chef, to be anything. You earn that. You know what I'm saying?
What
And that's
about cook?
Cook. Like that's cook is different. Like cook is like someone who like you have cooks at like Applebee's and D&B. You don't have chefs. You have cooks. You have a chef at
At Gordon Ramsay's
at Gordon
restaurant.
at a Wolfgang Puck's, at a Ramsay restaurant, at a STK. You know what I'm saying? At one of those places, at a Peter Luger's. You got chefs there.
I want to go to Peter Luger's with Morgan because it's like, if
I'm
I walk in
actually-
there, I feel like they're gonna give us the VIP treatment.
Actually, my first name is Usher, so I always get a good reservation because people think it's Usher, and then when I show up, they get really disappointed.
Usher Raymond.
People are like,
That's
oh my
what we're
God,
gonna
oh
put
my
down.
God,
Usher
coming
Raymond.
at Usher party.
We have
before
Usher
should be
coming
with.
here today. Can we hear a song?
I don't see why not.
So
yeah.
we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back on the show, we're gonna watch Katie Vincent do her thing, and look at that fine hand craftsmanship.
fine
Cannot wait for my drink.
handcrafted work over there. And
219
we'll be back,
Central Avenue.
momentarily with more Good Morning Bushwick right after this.
This coffee is delicious.
I don't really drink coffee. This is what you come out with. This coffee's an empty cup. That's what you come out the gate with on me, man.
I mean, it is coffee for music people. And
Music for coffee people.
A good coffee will wake you the fuck up in the morning. Remember,
You know what
everything-
else will wake you up in the morning? Good Morning Bushwick, hosted by us two, Bud and
Bud and
Roach.
Roach.
I mean, here at First Live.
Where is First Live?
Bushwick, baby. You're
Take-
killing me, bro. You're killing me right now. Like
Where
First
are we
Live
from?
Bushwick. We're from Bushwick. We are Bushwick.
Pick up your damn cup and pretend you're drinking the coffee.
Here
Do
at
it
First Live
again. No,
Bushwick.
Do it again. Do it again.
You know what else will wake you up in the morning? Good Morning Bushwick.
Good morning.
right now, we cutting a promo or we live?
No. Where can people go to find out what's happening in Bushwick?
BudandRoach.com and
And-
FirstLive.us.
This coffee's delicious.
Yes, it most certainly is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
Well, Good Morning Bushwick right now. And we have Katie Vincent. Are you ready to go, Katie?
Sure.
Let's fire it up.
When she was a child, she was a little wild. She didn't play with toys. She wouldn't look at boys. She had a way of her own. Now she's up and grown. Ooh, boy, nothing's gonna save you. Oh no, praise the one who made you. Ooh, child, hold the water tremble. You know when the night is coming for you. Ain't nothing stops you sooner from the later. So life they call her a lady. The noise I made her crazy. Still the years went on by, so did her alibi. She got some kids of her own, and they're up and grown. Look now, the devil's got you running. From what, baby, are you stumbling? Don't blame death, it's such a gamble. You know when the night is coming for you. Ain't nothing stops you sooner from the later. So like to get on the wrong road. Hold tight, baby, that's the way it goes. Don't pick a fight with a dog who bites. She's gonna leave a mile, just tear you apart. You're such a fool. She's so cruel. Sit and pray to live another day. You know when the night is coming for you. Ain't nothing stops us sooner from the later. So like do it on the wrong road. Hold tight, baby, that's the way it goes. The way it goes. The way it goes. Ooh.
Live hand clap, live hand clap.
Live hand clap right there.
God damn.
That just makes me want to see the film more.
It's funny, I did not expect that voice to come out of you. Yeah, you can.
Yes.
This is America. We can move wherever we want to move.
We still have
I love
freedom of
that.
choice right now.
For now.
And that's what I want to say right
For
now
now.
because I don't think people realize how fast things can change.
Can we ask the name of that song?
The way it goes.
The way it
The
goes.
soundtrack is actually going live today on iTunes and everywhere else.
iTunes, Spotify, all the good ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very surprised.
And that's I'm guessing that's the lead off the
I'm
soundtrack.
very surprised.
And that's the one the video's coming out for?
That's
The Way
yeah.
It
That's gonna
Goes?
be the video song. Yep.
Okay.
I'll tell you why I'm surprised. I'm surprised because in order, as singers, to reach a certain, I guess, plateau of vocal, like when you go into a different register, you have to use a certain amount of force.
Yeah.
And you don't use any force. She just climbs, and it's effortless.
Why, thank you.
I can't sing, man. I'm the first one to tell you, man. I will sing at karaoke, but it's not gonna sound good.
It's not gonna
like
sound
I'm
the same,
not, you
bro.
know.
Everybody can sing.
I think that's a great way to look at it.
Not everybody
man,
can
but,
sing.
Not everyone can sing. It's no. I know I can't, man, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. It's not one of those skills that I possess. That I'm great at. I can. I mean, I like singing. I love music.
We love it.
Everyone knows me. Knows I
It's
love
not for
music.
everyone.
But you know, I wouldn't lie to people and call myself a singer.
You gotta
Some
earn
people don't
that.
have the voice.
Gotta earn that.
It's like a cook versus a chef.
There you go.
Exactly.
Gotta earn it.
it. Can I ask Usher a question now?
Shoot.
We was talking about this yesterday about the whole viral thing, the viral aspect, how everyone wants to go viral. You did something that went viral. What immediately went through your head when that happened?
Well, for us, it was a slow burn. It wasn't something that it didn't like immediately go viral. It took a while. It took almost like 6-7 months. We were just sharing it like crazy, and we were winning a lot of festivals. And I think part of the fact that we got a lot of press definitely helped.
Also, Usher is really good at getting the word out.
I'm okay at getting the word out.
No, it's
'Cause
true.
He
Like
looks the part.
it's all in the shades. I'm telling you.
He looks like he directs the show Entourage.
Yeah, he looks like someone you see in like an episode of
Like a
Entourage.
Doug Ellen.
Right, sitting in with Ari right before Vinny and the boys show up.
What is the process like? Because we've dealt with so many different filmmakers. Everybody allows people to audition differently. Like just their process is different. How would an actor approach you for a part that, let's say you got another movie coming up? What's the process like for you?
Well, I usually hold auditions in the city, and it's pretty much a public announcement. I think I just spread the word everywhere that we're looking for people. Yeah, once it comes time to actually audition, the process is pretty seamless. I think we got it nailed down when we did pickings. We do a lot of rehearsal, so actors really like that. We rehearse like crazy. For pickings, I think it was a 2-week rehearsal. Which
is
is
this
something
just table reads or is this on location?
we did table reads. When I'm writing the script, I would usually bring in like my closest colleagues, and we'll read the script once, and I'll take home some notes. And I'm very meticulous about the way I do this because, just like he said, I don't want to just jump into it and do it as an amateur. I think when you do something as an amateur, you're labeled an amateur. So in my case, if I'm going to be putting myself out there, I'm going to give it everything I have to make sure that it comes out right. And casting is definitely a part of that. That's why people don't usually, they try to approach me with like, hey, I'm looking for a role, but that doesn't work very well.
It usually
don't do
doesn't. That's like an artist going up to a record label saying, here, take my demo.
Yeah, or somebody gives you a script,
Trash.
like, hey, read my script. No, that doesn't work that way.
That doesn't work.
Well, that's why it's also great. Like so many people that worked on pickings, we ended up. It was friends of friends, and especially with art and stuff, there has to be a level of trust before you work with somebody because one person can kind of screw up the whole jam.
The whole process
is one bad seed.
Throwing just mess it all up, man.
That's true.
Like just
Domino effect.
ruin camaraderie. Just bring a bunch of bad juju around. Just
Bad
got a
juju.
bad aura around them. That's what me and my brother say for bad luck. Like,
Bad
get your bad
juju.
juju out of here.
No bad juju.
No. I
So-
mean, when you have a negative person, you just got to get rid of them because that just kills everybody's spirit.
Negativity just breeds more negativity.
Love movies, and I love movies so much that I just want to do it for the rest of my life. And when you go on set, you can feel it, right? You can see me like really get excited when I get something done right. I really enjoy the process. So if somebody's like really being negative, they're not just taking my joy out of it; they're taking the piss out of it for everybody. And you can feel negative energy from a mile away. I'm not having that.
That was such a director's thing to say. You're taking the piss out of me, man.
You are though, man. People like being around negative people. Like it's draining. It's taxing.
Totally.
Like it's like an
Sucks.
emotional leech, man. It feels like being around that bad vibes. Like it's attached to you and just like leeching it and pulling it off of you, man.
It's like a
And that's
virus.
no fun.
And making a movie is so crazy anyway and stressful in its own right.
You guys
so
have to
just-
spend. I mean, how long did you guys take for this shoot on this film?
We shot for about a year, 35 days or so, on and off for about a year, and that's plus a year of pre-production and a year in post-production. So we've been working on it since late 2015.
We're talking like up to like 14-hour days or something
Yeah.
too.
Like,
So.
those are long days.
If you
Early
don't-
call
Yeah.
times. I
Crazy
mean,
hours.
You
and-
might go wild without eating. You're on set. You gotta wait before a meal break. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to want to be around people to deal with that.
You gotta have fun. If you don't have fun doing it, everybody's just gonna be really depressed all the time because it's a really hard process.
I have a nerd question. What software do you use to cut a movie like this?
Premiere,
Premiere?
yeah.
I figured it
I
would
only
be.
work with Premiere. I don't like all the other stuff. I tried it, just couldn't connect with it.
Final Cut is just Final Cut is it's lazy because it's so easy. The problem with Premiere is that it has so many advanced things that you can do, especially because it ties into like After Effects, and After Effects in itself. I've watched videos of fucking 10-year-old Japanese kids blowing buildings up with After Effects.
Yeah.
And they're giving us tutorials, and I'm trying to like follow their steps, and I can't do it.
Well, it's seamless now. You have After
Yeah.
Effects, Premiere, and Adobe Audition. Used to have Speed Grade, but they got rid of that.
A lot
So-
of pickings is a result of After Effects.
Yeah.
A lot
We
of
did
that
a lot
movie.
of that gangster you saw walking in black and white. We had to, like, frame by frame, we had to rotoscope that guy throughout the entire movie.
A few of us were pretty much just talking one day, like half jokingly, like let's make that character black and white. Like just let's do it. Okay, sure. How hard could it be? And it was
Yeah.
Usher and I till like 4 or 5 in the morning, like for a month straight.
Eating pizza.
Just frame by frame tracing this dude, trying to make him convincingly, like in After Effects, putting it over on Premiere, seeing 26 frames per second. If it flows, oh wait, his nose flickers there. We got to go back. It was
That's insane.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
like, but it's like Mitchell Leonard telling us for the Come Downstairs video, how they did the scene when they had the drawing where he was running the street, how they captured that. He's like, he had a GoPro attached to his chest, And he's running in the middle of traffic a couple blocks away, just running like a madman.
They turned it
and
into
the
a
cars
drum.
are like scared and screeching and stopping,
Oh
but
my
he needed the
gosh.
cars coming towards him for the effect. So he's like, I
Yeah.
have to do that. I'm running with this, so I look like a madman. And
So it's just as difficult as like stop motion photography, where you gotta just
Yeah.
layer.
Pretty much,
Sometimes
yeah.
it's even more because you have to, if something goes wrong, sometimes you have to go back and start something over again. So
Yeah.
we had some shots that we were like coming to the end of the shot and it didn't look good because his tie wasn't rotoscoped correctly. So now we have
And
to
we-
go back
yeah.
and redo it.
We did some of it in Photoshop, some of it in After Effects, and then putting it over. It was crazy.
It's
Halfway through the
meticulous.
choice, we're like, what have we gotten
what have we
ourselves
done?
into?
We gotta run this back.
And heaven forbid there's like an extended cut on the Blu-ray or something. It's like, oh no.
And there will be an extended
Yeah.
cut. That's going to be
Extended cut.
painful. I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So now that you got a taste of features, you think you'll ever go back to shorts?
Oh yeah, I love shorts. Shorts are like a fun way of telling a story in under 10 minutes. And I have a lot of stories in me that are not necessarily features. Also, if you have a really big feature in mind, sometimes it's good to do a short and show it off to people so
Just
that they can
test it
see
out.
your vision. Yeah, now that we have LA Times and like a bunch of big reviewers, we can take a short film and shop for it to turn it into a feature. So that's something that we didn't have before.
That's
I mean,
interesting.
with shorts, one of my favorite films I love to watch is the result of a short. This Is the End was the result of
Oh.
a short between.
It was?
Yeah. It was Seth Rogen and the guy
Machos.
who I think Evan Roseberg. Man, I can't remember his name. But the guy Seth Rogen writes with a lot. Evan something. I always forget his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
But they wrote it as like Seth and and it was Jay Baruchel and Seth Rogen. Like they got just same thing. Like just like simple little apocalypse film. It was like 5-10 minutes, and they turned it into the feature. And all of that, what they did with the feature, man, which is. One of my favorite movies to watch when I'm stoned, man. 'Cause despite the fact that it's a little grim to be, laughing and
flicks.
partying during the apocalypse, it is at least good to
They
hey,
did the
man,
same
it's
thing
good
with
to
like
laugh.
Reservoir Dogs, and they did the same thing with Whiplash and a bunch of other movies. Mama.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
They were shorts?
Yeah, they were
They
originally
started off
short.
as shorts. Yeah. If you, a lot of people
Oh,
don't know
shit.
that, but if you go to YouTube and search for Reservoir Dogs short film, you'll see a little short that Tarantino did with Steve Buscemi. And I think they did it as a part of a workshop for Sundance,
Yeah.
where it's one of the scenes in Reservoir Dogs.
You just brought up Tarantino. Who do you look up to in Hollywood as a visionary and as a director that inspires you?
Well, the ones I'm really looking up to are dead, but Howard Hawks, Hitchcock. I love Sergio Leone, which is also the same guy that Tarantino takes a lot of his inspiration from. Obviously, I love Tarantino. I love Wes Anderson. I'm a big Chris Nolan fan. I think I like
Chris
like
Nolan.
most of them. Yeah.
Chris Nolan's the one that redid the Batman, right?
Yeah, that's Chris
Yeah.
I
Nolan. Jesus Christ,
was
bro.
making sure, bro.
Oof. Why do you think I just did the Batman sounds?
Exactly.
Every time I hear Nolan, I'm thinking Nolan Ryan. You don't even know Nolan Ryan, and you a fucking baseball fan.
Yeah, yes, I know who Nolan Ryan is. He's one of the greatest pitchers ever. I might actually chop you in your throat right now. Just for even thinking I wouldn't know who that was. I didn't want to say, there's no way you should know who Nolan Ryan is. I was trying to give you the pass.
We didn't do our toast. Can we get a shot of a toast? You guys can toast on that camera, and we'll toast on this one.
Love it.
Cheers.
So boom, we got this
Cheers.
one over here. Let's see, can we get a shot of them doing the toast?
Okay, can we get
There it
there we
is.
go.
Don't spill.
Don't spill. I'm not gonna let you guys go off the air without looking this up.
What are we looking at?
What are you looking up?
I gotta show you. And it's something that I said that he didn't get, so now I have to pull up the actual photo. Let me just get.
Like
a
I said, man, just every time you bring it up, man, I'm gonna.
Can we get a shot of Arya Stark?
Oh boy.
Can we please put this?
Oh no.
Does does that not look?
Little
you
bit.
don't think
That's
so?
me. I'm Moonlight
That's her in the
in
movie.
Game of Thrones.
Little bit.
So you had a long start in Hollywood,
Mm-hmm. Then I went back to my indie roots.
but the resemblance is
Game
uncanny.
of Thrones. I don't know, man. People love that show, man. I don't know. I haven't been able. You know what it is with me? Things that I know, like based off of books, I'd rather read the book first. I think that's what held me back a long time with Harry Potter too, man. I wanted to.
They just did a split screen. They did a split
That's a
screen
good
with
one,
the
Maddie.
photos. Holy shit.
That's a good one,
hilarious.
Maddie.
That's
Wait,
perfect.
I have to like.
You can
not-
actually mold yourself
That
into
way?
the photo. Like,
Wow.
that's insane.
Incredible.
See,
All right.
I'm not crazy.
Maybe a little more.
We're gonna
I feel like this is some 80s music video.
Oh man, that's Maddie back
Great
there
work.
with that
Can we
great
get
camera
a
work.
shot of Maddie real quick? Can you just take
That
a
was
bow
good.
for that?
That was
For
a
that
good one, Maddie.
fantastic camera work.
Let's take credit for
There
it,
she
Maddie.
is.
There's a
Very
wave for the
nice.
day. What's up, Maddie?
Holy shit, that was perfect.
Not much, thank you.
Not
That was a good one, Maddie. But
That's hilarious.
I think that's what holds me back, man, is that I'd rather read the book first, man. Because I mean, even being a Harry Potter nerd now, and having jumped into the game like now, 15, 16 years too late. I'm glad I read the books first because they take so many liberties in the movies. They change the way stuff is, and like having read the books and seen them, hey, it's not the way that goes. Like you know what I'm saying. But if you see the movies, like, hey, that's pretty good. Like So
Yeah.
there's so many they delete the whole
Films
scene.
and novels are two different
Yeah.
beasts, and what works in a novel may not work in a
Yeah.
film. So they always take liberties.
They always take liberties. Like even they explain why they even did a lot of them. Is just it makes more sense for that to be here instead of have a whole different character do it that's not gonna come back and have them in a movie. Let's just have a character that's already built on to take care of that scene. So
Even
like,
Game of Thrones, they've been rushing the last two scenes like crazy. Last two seasons, I'm sorry, they've been rushing it like crazy. You see like characters just appear and disappear from places, and they're trying their best to like squeeze as much as they can for one last season, and that kind of ruined it for me, to be honest with you.
I think the guy who created the books,
He
was
hasn't
it
even,
George
like,
R.R.
finished the
Martin.
books
I think
yet.
it was like he hasn't finished the books. The show went ahead of the books, and he got a little upset about it.
Are
Like,
they worried that he's gonna die or something before
real
he like
life?
finishes
I hope
all
George
that's
R.R.
left?
Martin, I don't know.
let's not even jinx that. But
Not.
I think
mean,
the
people-
actors are kind of sick of it too, and they're like at a point where, okay, you got one more season. Because HBO, they could have done like 20 more seasons if they wanted to. I'm not sure what's holding them back. And
I've never seen a full episode.
of Game of Thrones,
Nope.
they are
Missing
long
out.
episodes.
Nah,
They are
man.
long episodes, but you are missing out.
I don't know
But
if
at
I-
this
tremendous
point, I feel
story.
like it's a thing. Like it's a choice.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a choice. Like it's my choice to not watch it, and that's the thing I tell people too. Like people, when this is the thing with me. This is the thing with me when it comes to like things that you gotta watch it. It's the greatest thing ever. It's
Then
like
you
no,
don't.
now I'm definitely not
Yep.
watching it because everyone's saying it's the greatest thing ever. So there's a very high chance I'm not gonna think it's the greatest thing ever just because you're telling me so. So just because you're saying that, no, I'm never gonna watch it until
Yeah.
I feel like getting around to it.
Baseball's the greatest thing ever.
Yep. That is.
that didn't
I've
change
already
anything.
I've already watched baseball. I already know baseball to be the greatest sport on the planet.
Oh please.
So-
that's why people watch bad movies, man. You get a movie that got really bad reviews, but people go watch it anyway because they're
Yeah.
like, you know what? Just because you gave it a bad review, I'm going to watch it out of spite.
Did you see? Do you know the story of that guy Tommy Wiseau?
Yeah, The Room.
Like, what, did you actually see the movie? I never
Yeah,
actually
I've
saw
seen the movie like 4 times, way before James Franco adapted it. It's kind of like an interesting. It's hard to explain. It's
It's
so bad that
great.
it's good.
It's great. I mean, to be honest, like pre-Disaster Artist, it was a little bit more fun because so much of it was bankable on the fact that it was a subculture, and now it's been brought into
Now it's mainstream.
where it's kind of like diluted, and it's like, all right, guys, like. But that's the whole thing again, where it's like once everybody catches on, it kind of. It's a very hipster thing for me to say, but.
No, but it is true with a lot of things, man. Like even on like music albums, I'll hold back. Like I'll take one album that I personally love, Jay-Z's last album, 444. Everybody the day it came out, and this is every time with so many rap albums. But having waited, being a Brooklyn native, a Jay-Z fan my whole life, I was eagerly anticipating the album. But once everyone started talking about it, just in my mind, I hit the switch. Boom! I'm not even
Yeah.
listening to this for like 2 weeks.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep.
nope, I'm not doing it. I'm
Not
not doing it.
everybody's
I
like
was
this
like,
though.
he's a
Like this
rebel.
is this
Yeah.
is a unique personality
There
trait.
is a certain enjoyment.
I hate jumping on the bandwagon. I feel like, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing it now. No. Everybody, like my older brother, he's like that. Like, yo, once it's time, everybody, society says go. It's like, yo, you gotta listen to this album, little bro. You gotta get it.
Once
like with
society
Black Panther,
says
he's like, yo,
go.
you gotta see Black Panther. It's like I haven't seen Black Panther yet, and it's because everyone's telling me
but
it's
he
the
went,
greatest film ever.
went for the matinee. He went like opening day matinee.
Yeah, he went opening day, matinee day with my nephew and my dad. Like, and it was like, man, I love you guys, but no, man, like I'm sitting this one out for a
I
while.
mean, that can be a fun thing too, like an opening day.
Yeah.
Like before also like there's this sense of like overdone excitement, overdone bandwagon, where it's been like a month and we're like, we get it, it's great.
Like that's why I want to go see it. Like right before,
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Salud.
right before its theatrical run is over, I want to go see it, man. Because that's what I did with Wolf of Wall Street and American Hustle. I wanted to see those when they came out, but when everybody started getting on the whole, the Oscar, the Academy, the Golden Globes, it's like, man, I really just want to see the films, but now you guys I don't want to go see it with that crowd. So I'll wait till they're towards the end of that theatrical runs to go see them, which I kind of regret waiting so long to see both of those because they were fantastic films in my mind.
I actually like the Thursday afternoon thing that's happening with theaters when they have like a special show at like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock of the movie the day before it's released. And certain theaters do that. Luckily for me, I live right
previewing.
by the AMC on the Upper West Side. And they show the movie the day before it's released. So it is kind of fun because then you're in a room with like people who are like crazy fans.
Yeah, crazy fans. I haven't done it in a while, man. You know, I'm gonna like the movies I'm gonna say like I did do it for weren't the greatest because like I think the era of like film it was, man, like kind of messed them up. They were comic book films.
What movie?
Superman Returns and Spider-Man 3.
Ah.
Those were two films I saw like day
Yeah.
of early. And it was like, man, it's like, man, you guys, God, why did I wait? Why did I do it for these? It's like for these. And I also did it for X-Men 3, The Last Stand.
Those are all superhero movies.
Yeah, all superhero movies. All superhero movies that aren't really the best in those bunches of those.
Yeah.
Like
No.
those superhero films like they're
Fringe.
attached to in their franchises.
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3, yeah. Even though critically panned, I had no real beefs with it, man. I tell people, for me to have a beef with a film, it has to really suck. And I had no real beefs with Spider-Man.
Do
3.
movies like really affect you? Like, I'll give you an example. When I used to watch, a Bruce Lee movie, I try to like put my head through a fucking block. You know, when I saw Wolf of Wall Street, I started taking Quaaludes like crazy. Like I wanted to be in the movie. Do you have that issue as a filmmaker?
Ever since I was a kid, always. Every movie I've ever seen when I was a kid had a major influence on me. I remember seeing The Matrix and then going back with my friends with a little video camera trying to replicate all these effects, and it went up horribly. But that's that kind of that's
I
that's
didn't
the
dodge
thing
the
that-
bullet.
Yeah, that's what that's what built your excitement. Really, you if you really love movies, you can't help it.
And I cut videos. I wouldn't say I'm a filmmaker, but I know how to cut videos and stuff. So it's hard for me to read books because I'm such a visual person. Like, do you have that issue, especially because you have to read scripts and
Well,
stuff?
I was reading books actually from fairly early on. My parents kind of encouraged it because they saw me like being glued to the TV, and they said, "No, you gotta read a book." So I've always had that kind of equilibrium where I can read a book and then 5 minutes later just watch a movie. I do love books. I wouldn't say equally as movies. I love movies a little bit more, but I do love reading books when I can.
What about you? Can you actually read music, or do you just play from the heart?
I can read music, but treble clef, some rudimentary bass clef action, nothing too fancy. A lot of it is by ear, putting stuff together, and so much just like instinct. Like, oh, this chord progression sounds good. Let's go with that. I'm big
Chords
on
and
lyrics,
tabs.
though. Yeah, exactly.
I grew up in the era when I first got my first guitar. I was 13 years old. There was a website called the Ultimate Tabs.
Still there?
It's still there?
Heck yeah.
Holy shit! I need to go back.
It's a good time.
Look at the other day with the Churkos, man. When I told you that Forgotten New York website, I used to go on that, man. As a nerd, as a kid, I like landscapes, like historical like buildings. I was a nerd like that, man. And then just pulling up a little sign to show him, he didn't remember the place, and I had to show him. And it was the website. I clicked like the third link down. Like I didn't even take the first one. I just, hey, let's take this picture, and it was that website. So
Would it be too bold of us to ask for another song?
Which one will you do?
I don't. Yeah, sure.
I just want to hear the voice again.
Why not? Yeah. Let's
Can
see.
we do that?
Let's see. Yeah.
So we're gonna take a quick commercial break here. You wanna cue up a commercial here?
We're gonna cue up the commercial again, the same commercial. Let her set up.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick commercial break here, and while we're doing that, Katie's gonna get set up, and then we'll be right back momentarily with more Good Morning Bushwick for you people.
All right.
This coffee is delicious.
You know, I don't really drink coffee. It's you come out with? This coffee's an empty cup. That's what you come out the gate with on me, man?
I mean, it is coffee for music people. And
Music for coffee people.
A good coffee will wake you the fuck up in the morning. Remember,
You know what else will wake you up in the morning? Good Morning Bushwick, hosted by us two, Bud and Roach.
Roach.
I mean, here at First Live.
Where is First Live?
Bushwick, baby. You're
Take-
killing me, bro. You're killing me right now. Like,
Where
First
are we
Live
from?
Bushwick. We're from Bushwick. We are Bushwick.
Pick up your damn cup and pretend you're drinking the coffee.
Here
Do
at
it
First
again.
Live
No,
Bushwick.
Do it again. Do it again.
You know what else will wake you up in the morning? Good Morning Bushwick.
Good morning.
Right now, we cutting a promo or we live?
No. Where can people go to find out what's happening in Bushwick?
BudandRoach.com and
And-
firstlive.us.
This coffee's delicious.
Yes, it most certainly is.
So I
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, no, man,
You're gonna-
can we do a high five just to? There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on air on Good Morning Bushwick on this fantastic Friday morning. It actually feels a lot closer to spring than it has all week. And we're also back with another live performance from Katie Vincent. You ready to take it away, Katie?
Sure.
So here we go. Take it away. Stage is all yours.
Okay. I haven't played this song in quite some time, so we'll see what happens. Trouble is, got trouble on my mind. Trouble is, growing up takes time. On and on, doing the best I can. Road so long, trying to stay in. Gets colder and darker the older you get. The days getting longer before the sun sets. And I ain't done with this one yet. Follow my shadow wherever it goes. Walking in circles, I step on my own. So where we're all going, nobody knows. Left to right, still got by. You know how it goes. Out of mind, out of sight. And I ain't dying here tonight. I ain't dying here tonight. Still got time to make things right. Still got time, it's alright.
That's it. There it is. There it is.
Thank you.
Another fantastic episode of Good Morning Bushwick.
Yes, fantastic episode. And I just had a text message from our other guest who was supposed to come on. He had an emergency come up, and he was in the vet with his dog all morning since last night. So hope your dog's okay, Trev. And I'll talk to you about it. We'll schedule with you, man. I understand people love their pets, especially dogs. I love my
family.
cat, even though she annoys me. I
We all
do
love
frequently threaten her every day, but I do love her.
Very much. I love her too.
I think she probably likes you more than she does me, even though I'm the only one who takes care of her in my house.
So I guess the final question is, where can people watch the movie? Where can people find you?
Right now, it's playing in Greenpoint Film Noir Cinema. You can go to pickingsfilm.com/tickets to find screenings and events around New York City. That's the best way to support the film, really. We're also going to be live on iTunes and VOD, DVD, Blu-ray, all that good stuff coming up shortly. So you can follow us on Facebook.
What he said. And in terms of music, like we said, it is live as of today. And you can access it all the major streaming sites: Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon. Is it there yet?
It's everywhere.
You can buy it, you can stream it, you can do whatever you do with it. That's it.
We can enjoy it.
Yes, we
Yes.
can
That's
enjoy
what we're
it.
gonna do.
Yes, I want to see the film, man. I mean, I'm trying to decide between the theater or video on demand, man.
Theater.
I want to see the film.
Theater.
Watch
I
it on the
feel
big
like
screen, man.
Theater.
It's not, man. Like unless you have like the sound bar, the whole it's not the same. It really isn't.
This
so
movie was built for the big screen, man.
I think I'm gonna one of the days off I have next week. I'm gonna try to swing out there and see it. This is a fantastic episode. I want to thank you guys for stopping in.
Thank you.
Live
This
hand
was
clap.
a great episode, man.
Very
And I'm
nice.
eager to see the film. I'm very eager to see the film. Before we get off of here, man, when can people follow you, sir?
You can follow me at I'm King Roach. You can follow First Live at First Live US.
And of course, you can follow me at Mr_Zoe Taylor. That is Mr_Zoe Taylor. And you can follow both of us at Bud and Roach Show. Of course, don't forget, if you are in the area, be sure to stop into 219 Central Avenue, Bushwick, Brooklyn, New York, 11221, and come enjoy one of these fantastic hot or cold caffeinated beverages.
Or alcoholic.
One of these crafted, handcrafted beverages, any of the many types of different beers we have.
It's no judgment
The
zone.
selections of wines. And, of course, we also do serve different variety of teas, including
Look,
matcha tea.
There it is.
And
Happy
we
hour.
also have Trill tea. And of course, happy hour Fridays and Saturdays from 5 to 7 p.m. So that means today from 5 to 7 p.m.
I'm sticking
Stop
around.
in and enjoy.
I'm sticking around.
Stop in and enjoy yourself a good old-fashioned happy hour over here at First Live. And of course, if you need any production services, just go over to firstlive.us
gonna pop
and
up over here
see
somewhere.
exactly,
It's gonna be over there.
what is offered, the rates, and just know we record anyone, anywhere, anytime. Get your production services done right, man. Don't fuck around with your projects, man. Get your shit done, man.
Don't
Get
fuck
your shit done
around.
good.
And we'll
So,
be back on Monday.
With that being said, man, it's a wrap on week 6, man. We'll see you guys back for week 7 on Monday. I think we're good here, man.
We're very
Have
good.
a fantastic week in Bushwick.
We love
Enjoy
you.
the weather while it's warm out, because it's supposed to rain or something on Monday.
Something.
The realness, realness. Got you stuck on the realness, realness.